Greetings, everybody. Off here. Merry meet and blessed be. Um, so in this video segment, disclaimer, um, what I'm going to be talking about and stuff is my own observation, my own theory and hypothesis in regards to magical endeavors that I've been actively engaged with, weather magic. Um, and so these opinions and stuff and everything are my own. And but anyway, um, so back on October 6th, 2025, um, I cast my magical endeavors um, to cause a 3-year drought, targeting mainly Utah, but with weather magic. When you're dealing with the weather and everything and stuff, as I've mentioned in previous videos, um, you just can't target a specific area without affecting other areas um, on such a grand scale. And when you're dealing with weather, um, there's a lot of chain reactions, a lot of adverse effects and stuff throughout on a global scale. Um, so I manipulated a Kuroshio current off the coast of Japan, shoving it further north, and in a short period of time, which caused the El Nino last year to push a lot of warm air, hot air, weather, uh, you know, up through the western states of the United States, causing a bow in the polar vortex, the high pressure jet stream, which pushed it up and caused all the cold air to come down through the eastern states. Where in Florida, uh, got more snow than Salt Lake City, Utah. But in that bow, in that manipulation of the polar vortex, it also caused Russia to experience a apocalyptic snowfall. And you can look all this stuff up on Google. Um, you can Google it and to verify what I'm saying is true. Um, Now, as I've mentioned in the past and stuff, and I'm not going to be repeating myself too much, but just to kind of give you a heads up and stuff. Weather magic is magic needs a seed to grow off, period, no matter what type of magic it is. And so there's got to be the elements that are um, in the makings anyway. That's relevant and in other words, you can't just cause a thunderstorm, a rainstorm, or a snowstorm to uh, just appear in a blue, beautiful sky all of a sudden and start downpouring on a specific area. Um, it doesn't work like that. That's all just Hollywood hocus pocus. Um, the elements have to naturally be available and have to be all you can do is just magnify or lessen the effect of a storm uh, or elements and stuff that are already present at the time. Okay. Um, but that all being said and stuff, my main focus for this video and stuff is I've pretty much proven my magic is for real. And they're predicting with this super El Nino uh, this year in 2026 that it's going to produce a lot of moisture and a lot of rainfall, a lot of snowfall, It's going to be a very, very wet year. Um, it's not. We're in a 3 year drought. We're in a 3 year drought. Um, it's just getting hotter. Uh, you know uh, the heat dome that stretched over the western states of the country here. Uh, Utah experienced 80 and 90-degree temperatures back in March of 2026. In May 12th, it was 94 degrees, in areas in Utah. Um, that's extremely high temperatures for that time of year when it should be down around, you know, um, the real low 70s at the hottest. Um, so, and here we are in early June. Yesterday, June 5th, it got up to 104 degrees. Um, and even in your lower 90s, that's still extremely hot weather temperatures for this time of year. It's just going to get hotter. Now, in 2025, I disclosed with the video that by August 2026, uh, it's going to be uh, the northern valleys of Utah, and I specifically mentioned Salt Lake, but the northern valleys of Utah are going to experience temperatures 112 degrees or hotter. And then the further south you go, it's going to be even hotter. Now, because magic is not understood by modern science, and when people think of magic, they think of the Hollywood hocus pocus stuff. Um, they um, they just take it as a grain of salt, and that's purely understandable. If I was in their shoes and didn't have the knowledge and the practice and the abilities that I have, I would probably be thinking the same thing. But uh, I disclosed that back in December 2025. The temperatures of 112 degrees or hotter in the northern valleys of Utah, specifically Salt Lake. So, um, until that prediction comes to pass, everything that I'm presenting and what have you stuff in my past videos is all just entertainment, I guess, for people. Um, you know, um, they don't really take me too serious, and that's purely understandable. Um, like I said, if I was in their shoes and I didn't understand or um, what magic really is, and the capabilities, the human capabilities of being able to manipulate the elements and stuff under um, years of conditioning and you know I'd be thinking that as well. So August is a big turning point. Um, Whether or not my videos have gotten the attention of the elites or government officials, CIA, FBI, whatever, um, corporate elites, um, you know, is neither here or there. Um, this is the first time I've ever came out publicly with my magical endeavors that I've ever done. You know, everything that I've done in the past has always been kind of like in the shadows, and I've never really come out publicly. I have my little circle of friends and stuff who I disclose and talk to and you know, enlighten. But even a lot of my magical endeavors, I just keep to myself and I don't even tell them. It's just so this is the first time, and so this is a new experience for me. Um, I'd rather be working in the shadows. Um, Especially on this magnitude of magical workings that is not just affecting the western states of the United States, but the entire country as well as the global world. So, um, that being said, um, come August, um, once those temperatures come to pass, then those who are willfully staying ignorant to the fact, well, you know, they can embrace that bliss. And because my whole motives and why having stuff for even coming out publicly is just to prepare people and for what's coming. Because the rhyme and reasons why I'm performing these magical endeavors is it has a lot more to do with than just you know, combating artificial intelligence, big data centers. It has to do with um, the corporate elites and you know, the working class, uh, the slave class, more call it what it is for real, um, and the abuse and the detachment that the world elite, the corporate elites, the government has wedged the discrepancy between us and them. They don't see us as people. They see us as cattle. They see us as just nothing but an expendable number at their disposal. And that type of behavior's got to stop. Now, the thing about it is as I mentioned in a lot of my past videos and stuff like that, is we the people want having stuff on a global scale, not just on in this nation. You know, and from what I understand, when you get over to Spain and stuff, they've done it and it's worked. You know, they've sat down more than just 72 hours, and they didn't buy anything, they didn't go to work, but it would take 75 to 85% of the working class here in this country to actually shut down a grid, you know, the monetary grid, and show the government and the corporate elites and stuff, you know, the power of the people. Without us, they would be nothing, you know. But they're so grandiose and self-righteous that they haven't even sense enough to be ashamed of themselves until something like that happens. They believe they're gods, you know, and they despise us in all reality, and you know, um, their power and control is just totally, well, in esoteric, you know, philosophy, depending on what tradition, what mythos you're, rather it be, you know, the agnostic or rather it be the Kabbalistic view is with Kabbalistic mysticism, it's a clip-off. With the Gnostic mythos, it's the archons. Um, these are elements of the psyche, or you know, whether you want to call them spirits, or um, that keep humanity enslaved and keeps people enslaved and prevent them from uh, humanity and equality. You know, this has got to come to an end. You know, we're looking at you know, the Heritage Foundation Project 2025. Christian nationalism, which is basically modern day Inquisition, Seven Mountain Mandates, the Eight Pillars. Um, this is all a modern Inquisition. And, you know, um, it's got to stop. It's got to stop. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of suffering. And because people won't stand up for themselves and do the right thing, because they're afraid, they're, they're feeding the loosh, with the fear and feeling imprisoned, feeling bound, stressed out. All they can do is just complain about the conditions that they're in, rent, food prices, gas prices, everything. But yet they're not willing to do anything about it other than just complain, just talk, you know. So that's the reason why um, I'm going forward with my magical endeavors in regards to the drought. Um, there will be three phases. There'll be the 3-year drought, then a 3-year apocalyptic snow, winter, and it's going to affect nationwide. The drought's already, as of March, I've expanded the drought nationwide. Um, while some states are getting plenty of moisture, the majority of the country is going through a drought. And we got 2 more years. Um, and then we'll have an apocalyptic winter. And then the third phase is seismographic activity and volcanic activity. And the whole purpose of this is to break the monetary metrics, bring the elite down to where we are. Now, unfortunately, those people who embrace the Qliphoth and who embrace the Archons and are not willing to help themselves break free from that monetary prison metrics, unfortunately, there's just going to be a lot of suffering. And those who embrace the nominal world, knows how to hunt, knows how to plant crops, and find water, underground springs and stuff like that. Um, this is knowledge that has been handed down through generations in their family. They're the ones who are going to, prosper and make it through this. So, it's an unfortunate thing, but it's got to happen. And call me crazy, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Like I said, when August comes past, and the northern valleys of Utah, hit that 112-degree temperature or more, maybe people will start taking me a little more serious, and that's fine. Like I said, and it's not so much focusing about me. It's just they're going to take what I'm saying and what I'm doing more serious, and they're going to prepare themselves for it. I have an impenetrable dead man switch, so anything happens to me, anyone tries to harm me, everything's going to be locked into place permanently. And so it's just going to be a recycling of this 3 phases over and over and over. And and I'll repost this Dead Man Switch with this video. So anyway, blessed be to everybody, and you know, I wish that everybody will make it through this, except for those who are the cause of it. That's all I have to say. Thank you.